Right, okay guys, so like I said, this is Brixton Police Station here. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite a big station as well actually. Those windows you can see there, by the way, they're the actual cells. So yeah, so anyway, right, so we're heading. Hello.
Can I please ask you what you're doing?
I'm just making a film about the place where I live, Brixton.
Oh, okay, because I was just a bit worried because you're filming the police station.
Yeah, I was just mentioning that's the police station, that's all.
Okay, alright,
yeah,
thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so, right, as I said, you got the police station on that side, and we're coming up to the junction here. This is Brixton Road, and then you got Bernardo's, which is a charity shop on the corner, children's charity by the way. And so we're coming up to the junction. Like I say, I don't think I've ever filmed this bit, you see, so I thought, well, why not? I've not done this bit yet, so okay. Actually, I should have told him what my channel was. Check me out on YouTube. You can see all my videos on YouTube. Right, so okay. Now, like I said, we're now coming up to Brixton Road itself. That's the high street up there. You probably remember from some of my videos that I've filmed up there. Oh, ambulance. Right, now Brixton Academy, this is where I'm going to take you to actually. Now, let's just get across here first. Right, you see there's the high street down there. And you know, it always looks good in the sun. Sunny Brixton. Yay! Right, so now this is what I wanted to show you, because although it might not necessarily be world famous, but then again maybe it is world famous. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if it's how famous it actually is. It's certainly famous around here, and it's certainly famous I think within the British Isles, I would imagine anyway. I mean, I think most people will have heard of this anyway. But yeah, so here we got Brixton Academy. It's a music venue, has been for many years. I can imagine at some point, actually, you know, actually thinking about it, I think I remember doing a bit of history on this one time, if I'm not mistaken. And if memory serves me correct, it has always been some sort of form of entertainment. It's not, I don't think it's ever been a picture house, at least. Now I might be wrong on that, to be quite honest, but I could have swore that I've seen pictures of it in like the 1930s or whatever the heck it was, and I'm sure it was some sort of like what's the name back then? I don't know if music venue necessarily, but it was certainly it wasn't. I don't think it's ever been a cinema, because when you look at it at first you'd think possibly a cinema, but I don't think it ever actually has been. At least I don't think so. I'll have to double check on that, to be quite honest. Or if you guys want to do some Columbo-like research and check that out. But yeah, I think it's always been some sort of like music venue of some description. But anyway, so like I say, I mean, you know, you get all sorts of big names here sometimes. Sometimes you get people that you've never heard of. Like, I must admit, I've never heard of them, whoever they are. Can't even pronounce it, to be quite honest, never mind who they are. But yeah, I mean, this place gets packed, seriously packed. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's like, you know, as I say, Brixton Academy is if it's not world famous, it's definitely country famous. Definitely, the whole country would know about, have heard of Brixton Academy. You know, it's supposed to be, you know, it's a pretty cool place. I've never actually been in it, to be quite honest. I've never had the inclination to be quite honest with you. But you know, also a little bit of personal history again here. At some point when I tried to get past this person that, as if is almost trying to deliberately put music all over my flipping video. No, sorry, you just, I mean, I can never understand why people play their music so loud in the car like that, to be quite honest. But hey ho, I like my music loud as well, so I can't really complain. Right, okay, so this is obviously the back of, or the side, if you like, of Brixton Academy. Anyway, the thing is, when I first came to Brixton, and God, this must have been, now let me think, when would this have been? About 2003, actually. 2003, yeah, slash 2004, around about summertime 2003, when I first came to Brixton. And it was before I even knew where I was. Because I come to London, like I say, in 2003, I was still homeless. And I was still walking around, just exploring the whole place or whatever. Don't know how or why I ended up in this direction. Mind you, when I think about it, when I did hit London, I eventually based myself in the only part of London that I'd ever been in before, which was around St Thomas's Hospital, when I was in there for my psoriasis. Anyway, again, that's a whole other story, and I won't go into that right now. But anyway, so that's why I headed to when I first hit London. I thought I'll go to there because it was a place I knew. That's where I kind of based myself for the next 18 months. That's where I was at St Thomas's, and I sort of based myself there, like I say, for around about the next 18 months or whatever it was. Anyway, during that time, at some point, I obviously went exploring, as I do. And when I went exploring, as I say, and back then, obviously, when I, like I say, being homeless, you know what I mean? The thing is that you know, I was so used to walking, and it wouldn't even faze me to walk 10 miles or something, do you know what I mean? These days I got fat and lazy, and these days it's like public transport as much as possible, but the thing is that, like I say, back then, I would just, you know, I'd be, I wouldn't think twice about walking about 10, 15 mile, do you know what I mean? It wouldn't even faze me, wouldn't even, what's the name? But, so anyway, so obviously somehow, like I say, I mean, I just followed my nose basically, and for whatever reason, I can't tell you exactly why. I don't know. You could just say it was just pure coincidence, but for whatever reason, I ended up here, and I actually ended up in this side alley here. Yeah, and back then, actually, if I'm not mistaken, and you got to remember, memory can be a bit vague sometimes and a little bit dodgy in terms of memory, but I could have swore there was some people who was actually kipping in this side alley at some point. Maybe, it's possible, I can't remember exactly. And that's kind of, I think that's part of the reason why it made me want to investigate, just in case there was a source of somewhere else I could sleep, perhaps. So anyway, like I say, I come down here and I was walking around it, and I had no idea, did not even know I was in a place called Brixton. Just had no idea, because like I said, never been here in my life before at that point. Do you know what I mean? And when you're walking around, and like I say, when you're homeless, you don't, and again, well, me, I don't really pay attention to streets and names and things and all the rest of it. It just, you know, at the time, it's not really a priority necessarily. You know, just trying to keep oneself going and just surviving is, you know, generally the priority number one. They're building some new flats, by the way, as well. This new complex that they're building here as well. There's a lot of new builds going up around Brixton, but they're not always necessarily affordable homes either. I mean, I don't know about them, I can't speak for them, but I mean, if I remember rightly what it said on the thing, I'm sure it said luxury apartments or something, but like I say, don't quote me on it because I couldn't swear to it exactly. So anyway, like I say, we're coming up here, and that was, oh, by the way as well, I've got to tell you this, I've got to mention this. You see, the thing is, my life, because of the way I've led my life for a long time, mind you, I suppose most people have got stories they can tell one way or another, even if they've not been homeless necessarily. But the thing is, I remember when I was come down here, like I said, now these are the sort of gates and things and doors, obviously, for all the paraphernalia from when, because what you usually find parked up, you see where these red lines are on the road? Well, parked all the way along here will be massive big trailers, big trucks for all the music groups that will be coming. You know, all the roadies will bring in the stuff for the for whatever band or whoever it is that's you know, being on next. And anyway, so there was a mass of these trucks all parked up here, yeah. And some are like sort of trailers and things. They're like flipping what's the name? You know, they've got little steps and you can go inside, and they're like, you know, I don't know exactly what you call it, but anyway, the thing is that, as I say, there was all sort of roadies and things. Now, it was either this door here, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the big door, it was either that door, or it could have been one of these doors here, I'm not sure. It might have been this door actually, but I can't remember exactly, but it was definitely along this bit. Anyway, one of these doors was open, and there was people coming and going in and out, in and out. There was a woman with a clipboard, and you know, there's lots of comings and goings, obviously, as you can imagine, you know, as they're trying to get all the stuff sorted out and what have you, sort of thing. So anyway, what happened was that I decided, because I was like a bit tired or whatever, and like I say, these trucks, they've got like steps, like a set of little stairs, like collapsible stairs, whatever you want to call it. And I was sat on the steps of this, you know, this wagon thing, this truck. I was sat on the steps of it, and anyway, this woman with a clipboard and one of those like microphones, you know, those ear microphone jobs, like, you know, that's come out here, and she had a clipboard, like, and she turns around and she says, "Are you Paul?" And of course, well, that is my name, do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course I'm Paul, do you know what I mean? So she's asking me, am I Paul? And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm Paul. So, but she's mistaken me for somebody else. She thinks I'm one of the roadies or something, or whatever, I don't know. And considering, don't forget, I'm homeless, do you know what I mean, at this point. So, I was sat there, and she says like, "Oh, well, go inside and help yourself to some food and blah, blah, blah." And I'm thinking, oh, right, okay, you know, a homeless person offered free food, you're not going to miss up the chance, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I went inside and started helping myself to the food. Do you know what I mean? It was really weird, do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, she must have mistaken me for somebody, one of the roadie people, do you know what I mean? One of the roadie guys. Because the thing is, like I say, but it's just coincidence that whoever this roadie guy was that she thought I was, happened to have the same name. That was hilarious though. So of course I've gone in there and I'm helping myself to sandwiches and all sorts of bits and bobs, like, sort of thing. And eventually I think somebody cottoned on, do you know what I mean? Because I think, if I remember rightly, some dude started eyeing me up, and it was like, you know, he looks as if he was being, what's this guy doing? Who's this? Kind of thing, do you know what I mean? And I can't remember, I don't think he actually came up to me and said anything. I don't think he did. But I started getting a bit, you know, panicky myself and a bit like, oh no, this is... So I decided to just walk out, but at least I got a nice feed, do you know what I mean? So I got free nosh. Oh dear. Oh, that was amazing, actually. That was quite funny. And that's just reminded me, walking around there now, that's just reminded me, coming from down there. And that was, like I say, that was back in 2003. So, you know, not that long ago, but long enough. Right, okay. Sorry, my camera work's getting really shoddy, innit? All over the place. Right, now you see this is a skateboarding park. And again, it's been here for years, and they called it the beach. You know, it's Brixton Beach. Don't know why it's called that. There's no sand. Do you know what I mean? There's no sea. Oh dear. But for some reason, that's what it's called, Brixton Beach. So if you know, I don't know how. Sorry, see, I'm trying to talk to you guys, and at the same time I'm thinking about crossing the road and waiting for these buses going past. Right, okay, let's go. Right. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, this is, like, well, that's my understanding anyway, Brixton Beach. And yeah, this skateboarding park, it's been here for donkeys, man. Yeah, it's quite well used as well. Some days it'll be busier than others. I mean, considering this is the middle of the week, well, I mean the end of the week, depending on how you look at it, Thursday, and I have no idea what the time is off the top of my head. I think it's about 1. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you know what? That always amazes me how I do that. You know, I am really, really good at judging time. I don't know how I do it. I do it almost every time, not every single time, and sometimes I'll be off by a little bit, but more often than not, if somebody asks me the time, even if I haven't got a watch, more often than not I can guess pretty damn near to what the time actually is. I don't know how I do it. I really don't. I surprised myself on that one, because we're now just gone 10 to 1. And I hadn't looked at my watch, and I can't remember exactly what time it was I left the house, maybe 11:45 or something like that. No idea how long I've been walking around. Sometimes time does seem to, you know, I've been walking all over this blah blah blah, as you'll notice with the videos, and yet somehow I got a sense, or something told me, or whatever, I don't know, that it was near 1 o'clock. But mind you, it was a guess. I mean, I can't say that I absolutely knew for certain. It was just a guess. But the thing is, you know, I mean, how often do I do that so often? Do you know what I mean? It might just be a complete guess, but I'll get really, really close to what the time actually is. So, anyway, sorry, I just thought it fascinates me how I managed to do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I get it spot on every time and, you know, I'm like some sort of Mephisto Oh shit, I'm sorry, there's a big huge truck coming. Hi mate. Wow, look at that big old truck there. I like trucks. Right, okay, so now we're at the back. No, well, not back, but the bottom end of that other road I was telling you about. So that's where we were just a minute ago. At the front, we've just walked right round the block. Right, let me see, what should we do? Right, I'll tell you what, let's head in this direction, I think. So we'll go this way. Right, okay, I'm not sure where this guy's going. Hang on, traffic's about to stop. The lights are on. Ooh, cheers. Right, okay, so we'll head this direction now. Right, okay. So, right, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to save some of this battery. Actually, mind you, we're at home anyway, don't really have to, do I? I mean, I can just walk home and recharge anyway. Don't know why I'm worrying about that for. I think it's just that, because I'm in a bit of a quandary now, because I'm kind of like, what else do I film, and do I just keep filming, and the same old thing of how long does the vlog have to be, kind of thing. So, or how long should it be, even, depending how you look at it. Yeah. I mean, as you can tell on here, I'm kind of drying up really a little bit anyway. I think it's also because I'm hungry, to be quite honest. I am. I guess now that I've looked at the time and my head's gone, ooh, hang on, we haven't eaten yet. And I haven't eaten this morning, I haven't eaten since yesterday, so I think maybe my concentration is starting to wane, and I'm thinking, ooh, food. So I managed to buy myself a nice cheap loaf of bread. I had 50p and it cost me 40p. No, 45p actually. I mean, you know, that actually is pretty incredible, because, I mean, usually the most cheapest loaf is about £1. And then you can go anywhere from there, you know, upwards, depending on what shop and store you're going to. But like I said, I went into Tesco's whilst I was down there in Loughborough Junction, because I needed some bread, and I was hoping to get some cheap loaf today. I was hoping to anyway, because I needed some bread. So, but I wasn't sure I'd be able to get, because I only had 50p, well 55p in fact. That's all I had to my name, and that was given to me yesterday by somebody. The thing is, I thought to myself, right, well, I might as well use this and get some bread with it, so I can, you know, because I've got some food in the house, but it would be better if I had bread with it, you know what I mean, to make sandwiches, say, like the corned beef, for instance, the tin of corned beef, so I can make myself some sandwiches. So I've completely forgotten where I was going with that now. What was I going to say? I can't even remember. Okay, anyway, never mind. You see what I mean about my concentration is definitely starting to wane now. So, okay, right. I'm just trying to think what else I could tell you about. I mean, we're coming up to Brixton High Street again now anyway, and we're walking through this little side alley. And actually, they've done this little side alley up, because this little side alley was a, you know, they've paved it all over and put trees on it and made it look all pretty and nice now, sort of thing. So, you know, it's yeah, right, okay. And this is this building here. Well, it houses various different things, but this particular bit is the job centre. Well, the job centre's on the other side actually, but that's part of the job centre. But that's more about getting your money and stuff. It's too complex to completely explain right now. So, but anyway, right, okay, and look, there's the Love Brixton sign. If you remember that from one of my videos when I was talking about Brixton and how much I love it, and I do love Brixton. So, yeah, I think if it's a nice day again tomorrow, I think what I'll do is, I think I shall film some more parts of Brixton we've never been to and that I've never actually filmed. So you see, we might go up that way actually, and in fact that's where I got the food from the other day, because that's where the food bank place is, just up there and then down that way, going down that way. So yeah, I think we might have a little trip down there tomorrow, actually. So okay, right. So like I say, as you can tell, I am waxing and waning a little bit. I'm kind of, what do I say now? Blah 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 blah. Kind of running out of steam a little bit, I guess. But I thought I would just sort of film a little bit of the high street, just give you a sense of what the high street's like, you know what I mean? Because that's another reason why I do like Brixton. In fact, I don't just like Brixton, I love Brixton. And like I say, the reason why I do, or part of the reason why I do, is because it's always bustling and busy and lively, you know what I mean? And that's one of the things I love about it. I love that. I love the fact that it's quite busy and lively, and you know, people are busy doing their shopping or going to work or whatever it is they're doing. Do you know what I mean? I just love it. I think it's great. But I guess it's what I'm used to, you see. I've lived in cities all my life. You know, so I'm kind of used to that. And I guess when you're used to that sort of thing, then, you know, it's, I guess you grow to like it. I guess, maybe. I don't know. Obviously, you know, for some people that isn't always the case, necessarily. I mean, like I said, though, see, that's the thing with me. It is definitely a love-hate relationship, really, because there are times when I hate when it's really busy, and I hate when it's really, you know, because then obviously I'm stressed out, but that's, I guess, understandable from anybody's point of view. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when you're stressed out, you know, it's bound to be a bit more, you know, you're not going to enjoy it as much. But when you're, wow. Yeah, when you're not so stressed and when you've not got anywhere to get to immediately, and when you know, you can just stroll and take your time, then I guess you can sit back and sort of appreciate it more then. So, right, okay. So, you know, to be quite honest, when I think about it, I can't remember. I mean, I have done a bit of the high street now and again, but I don't think I've given you a full vista of the high street, to be quite honest. I don't think I've ever done that. I might have done in some of my vlogs, I just can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, so I thought, well, why not? Do you know what I mean? Because the thing is, you know, like I say, I'm out and about, it's a beautiful day. It's absolutely gorgeous at the moment, like I say. And the last few days have been really miserable and raining and all the rest of it, sort of thing. So I guess why not? You know what I mean? Whilst we got the sun and the nice weather, might as well film it, innit? You know? So yeah. Well, like I said, as you can tell, the fact that there's more silences than me commentating, mind you, I don't know, maybe the silences are alright now and again. Mind you, I say silence, apart from the noise of the traffic, of course. Right, I think what we'll do is, and there's the tube station, by the way. That's where I go most days if I need to, if I'm going to work and stuff. So that's the tube station down there. We do have an overground station as well, by the way. And as you may have noticed, we've got plenty of buses as well. That's another good thing about it. You know, we've got good transport connections. Oh, I've got to see that film soon. I really want to see that movie, The Martian. Matt Damon. Definitely want to see that movie. Looks really, from what I've seen of some of the clips of the thing, it looks really, really good. So at some point I am definitely going to try and get to see that film. Right, I'll take you down this way. So this is a bit more of the marketplace, and this is heading towards where obviously where I live. And like I say, you know, the thing is that this is the places I was brought up in. My father used to take me to markets in Manchester. We used to have indoor market, outdoor market, and you know, he used to take me to all these sort of places all the time. So I grew up in these sort of environments all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's what another reason why I love markets and what have you. They're great places, markets, anyway, they really are. Sometimes you can get really good deals, sometimes, and sometimes not. But, you know, it's like this old saying goes, isn't it? You get what you pay for, isn't it? You know what I mean? So... Right, so... Do you know, that's another thing as well, yeah. So, like I say, this is Electric Avenue. And for those guys, actually, that may or may not know or have heard of Eddie Grant, this is the street that he named that song after. Don't know if people remember that. We're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue and then we'll take it higher. But yeah, so that was Electric Avenue behind us. Now we're gonna head to the indoor part of the market. And by the way, that there, they're building a Premier Inn just there. So that's a new thing that they're doing there. So, right, so this is the indoor market bit. So we might as well have a walk through. So, you know, I think this vlog's been going on for flipping heck. It must be a good half hour now. I didn't really intend that, to be honest, but you know, I'm going to try and stop worrying too much about how long the vlog is. I mean, well, it depends, I guess, really, but do you know what? The thing is, I'm just enjoying what I'm doing, so why should I worry about it? You know? I mean, quite enjoying telling you all about where I live and, you know, this amazing place called Brixton, which is such a lively... And you guys have also said, some of you guys have also said that you would like to see more of Brixton, and you've enjoyed the ones I've done of Brixton. So, why not, eh, I guess? And I mean, I guess I could always, like I said, I can always split this up a little bit anyway. Do you know what I mean? I could always, sort of like, instead of it being an hour long, which it's almost turning into an hour long. See, this is another thing I love about Brixton, is the diversity. Do you know what I mean? It's so diverse. Do you know what I mean? You get sort of like food from every corner of the world, sort of thing. That's what I love about it. Do you know? It's like, you know, there's foodie places from every corner of the world that you can think of. Do you know what I mean? I love Brixton. I do. I always have done. And like I said, it seems, maybe it was meant, well, somebody said it was meant to be, actually, to me. You know, the day that I came down here in 2003, I had no idea what this place was when I first came, like I said, because I was just wandering around the streets, homeless sort of thing at the time. And like I say, the thing is that because of that, you know, it means that, sorry, I'm getting distracted, sorry, I'm trying to, somebody's playing their music really, really loud outside the car again, and I'm conscious of what YouTube can be like, you know what I mean, with copyright and stuff. I'm just trying to, I'm just hoping that he gets a bit further down the road so we don't hear or catch the music on here and then YouTube flag it and say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Well, sorry YouTube, but I can't tell people not to play their music loud in their car that comes out in the street then, can I? Do you know what I mean? But anyway, we'll give it a second or two anyway. So look, there's the new Premier Inn, like I say, that you can see it from this side now. And there's the market in there, and we're going to be heading this way to Railton Road where I live. Now I've completely forgotten what I was saying just a minute ago anyway. I forgot exactly what I was talking about. I was trying to remember now what I was saying. Oh yeah, saying how, you know, the thing is, it's kind of funny how things work out, because, you know, it wasn't until about 2005 when I went into the hospital, and then 2007 when I went to live in Stretton for a little while, but that didn't work out, and then round about 2009 I moved into my flat. But essentially never really left Brixton, really, not completely. You know, I've always because the hospital's just down the road as well. So I've always been based in Brixton one way or another from round about 2005 onwards, kind of thing. And like I said before that, in 2003 when I came here, without even knowing where the heck I was. So it's, you know, yeah, people say it was meant to be, you know what I mean? I was meant to come to Brixton because, you know, I mean, when you think about it, in some ways I could have almost ended up anywhere in London, really. But anyway, anywho, we can ponder that another day. Right, so I think what I'm going to do now is, because we're more or less going to be walking down my road, and I think I'm pretty sure I've done quite a few vlogs down this little path before, and I'm just conscious, like I said, about how long this must be. At least nearly 45 minutes long, this now. It's got to be. And like I said, I'm hungry and I want to get something to eat, so I shall say goodbye for now, guys, and I will leave you with one last look at my road, and see you later. So here we are now, coming onto Railton Road where I live. So that's it, just there in front of us. Okay, see you later, bye for now.